Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sara Jane. This is Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. Our topic for this program is When Life is Falling Apart. And I must admit, I had to really laugh at that, especially with the fact that this is coming to you on Thursday rather than Wednesday, because at 2:30 yesterday afternoon, my internet, telephone, everything went down. I had no access via that sort of technology to anything, and I wasn't able to get any work done. And I really wasn't able to bring this program that, as I normally do, at 7:30 p.m. UK time. And that was totally out of my control. And it was just like, do you know what? I can't do anything about it. So I've just got to get on with it. And for those of you who were signed up, thank you for your patience and your understanding. But this is what life does to us, isn't it? And I think it was brilliant. It was so on the ball of what this is about to me. That was something quite minor, and it could be very major. And I do consider my programs important. I try to always be on time, the right place, etc., etc. But life does this to us in more major ways than it did last night to me. And it's how we deal with it. How do you feel? What do you think of as being life falling apart, things going wrong? Oh no, not again. Why does this keep happening to me? But it's been brilliant, because today I've been brought a couple of little sayings which I'm going to bring into this. And I was also reminded when talking to somebody earlier today about a book that I'm one of the authors of, No Mistakes, How You Can Change Adversity into Abundance. And it is, and this goes to one of the sayings, I'll just pick the right one here. Sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall together. And so I know these programs are good, but it needed to do what it did yesterday for the reminder of the book, for the finding of that saying, because that's come to me today, and for little nudges about different things. And so when it feels like things are going wrong, that nothing's going the way you planned or you hoped it would go, etc., maybe there's just something way better. And that was a part of my life that I shared in that book. I shared my wake-up call. And for those of you that have watched these videos before, it's all in there. I've never hidden any of it, because I wouldn't change anything to do with my wake-up call. I really wouldn't. And the things that happened to me as a child, I wouldn't change any of it, because I'm here now and I can talk about it openly without feeling hurt, and knowing that actually that wake-up call was one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. And so it's how you view what is going on in your life. Neil Donald Walsh is saying, and I love this, when things are falling apart, perhaps they're falling together, which goes back to that that saying I've given. And it's just like, and it made so much sense the first time I heard it. But I was able to look with hindsight at things. And so I was able to look back and think, yes, that saying makes so much sense. But it doesn't feel like it when you're living through it. But the more you think about life and, okay, what's going on now? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? That door's closed. Turn around and open another, check there's a door opening for you. Something's falling apart. Perhaps it's actually falling together. Maybe it was actually in pieces and it needed to actually, what do they say? If something goes wrong, if you're going somewhere, something goes wrong, just let all the pieces fall. Pick up the bits that you want and then get on. and start again, or start from where you are just with those right pieces. You don't have to take everything with you. Many things have happened in my life, jobs that I've gone for, etc., that haven't happened. But there's always something better for you. And I've got to try and remember this. When you're asking for support, whether it's angels, dragons, our creator, the universe, whatever, whoever, whatever your beliefs, there are only ever three answers. Yes. Not now. No, I have something better for you. So it's never a no. It's the I have something better for you. So it's really thinking about it and thinking to yourself, okay, there's a reason. You may not always get to know the reason. And I know it's nice to know the reason. Of course, it's nice to know the reason. That's the human aspect of us. Reasons for everything. But you don't always have to know the reason. Because life brings us so many gifts. It's just that sometimes they're wrapped up in not so pleasant parcels. Or we don't consider them to be pleasant until we suddenly realize that actually something we considered was far from a gift was actually a very great gift. Let's bring another one of these in. I believe that sometimes the bad times in our life put us on a direct path to the very best times in our life. And look back at your life, especially at those times when you felt things are falling apart, and look at what's come out of those. Where your life has gone, the changes in direction that you wouldn't have taken without those things. Years ago, I was an area manager working for a lighting company. That was a job I absolutely loved. I really did enjoy retail. But the area manager's job, I really enjoyed that and I was good at it. And then I got made redundant and the company eventually folded. But the truth is, I'd probably still be doing that job over 25 years later. 25, probably longer than that, actually. No, way longer than that. It's probably 30 years later. I'd probably still be doing that job if it hadn't been taken away from me. Now, there were some bumpy bits in the meantime. There really were. But the universe needed to get me away from retail. And I ended up in insurance and I ended up doing other bits and pieces. But it's all good learning experiences. But if the job hadn't been taken away from me, I would probably still be doing it because I really did enjoy it. As I said, I was good at it. But this is where I'm meant to be. So it's taking life one step at a time, taking the twists and turns, the detours, taking what feels like things falling apart and realizing that actually it's not. It is just a detour. Or you're going down the wrong path. We need to take you down another one. It's time to turn off here. It is not what happens to us that causes our suffering. Our suffering is caused by believing the stories our minds tell us about what happens to us. So what stories is your mind telling you about what is going on in your life at the moment that has in the past? Take time to step back from thoughts. One door closes, another opens. Stop banging at that one that's closing. or close, and turn round and look for the one that's opening. And better still, the walls aren't there. You don't need the doors. Think outside the box, throw the box away. Life is offering you things. Life is there for you, and it guides you. And sometimes guidance does come in very peculiar ways. But life does guide us. And I thought, actually, do you know what? I'm going to put this one in. Let your past be your springboard, not your quicksand. It's time to step in to your power. Let go of what you perceive as being hurts and rejections, and realize that those are, in most cases, the greatest gifts you could ever be given. And when you change your thoughts, you do change your reality. Your falling apart becomes life falling together. I hope that that's spoken to you, that's given you food for thought, that has helped you. Next week, we hopefully will be back to Wednesday. And thank you for your patience again. I'm joined by Alexandra Kleberg, who has been a guest with us on Gift of Healing TV before. Self-healing, 9 steps into the wealth of health. So I hope you will join us for that. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of week. For those of you in the UK, I know we're all, and I think parts of Europe as well, I know we're all losing an hour this weekend. So have a great weekend, folks. And I hope that doesn't affect you too badly. In the meantime, look forward to seeing you again. Love, peace, and light to you all. Namaste.